One thing that's been on my mind that I've gotten to have an admiration for and an appreciation for is just a lot of the art that is out there in the world that a lot of professionals just put out there to really express themselves. And art is such a general form because there's so many different types of art and there's so many different ways that it could be, I guess, portrayed or illustrated. And the first things that come to mind when we think of art is drawing, obviously painting, and there's different types of drawings and paintings that you could go down the line. You could also look at music, and there's so many different genres of music that you could come to appreciate and just be a fan of. But it's not just limited to music and painting and drawing, but it could also be through, literary work. It could be through writing, through books, creating stories, and it can also be displayed in sports because when you look at sports, it is in a lot of ways like the movements and the mechanics and the techniques that are involved in the midst of a sports game. There's a certain art form to it too that you could appreciate the beauty, especially if you specialize in that sport and you have a deep understanding of like the techniques and the skills that come with it, or even the schemes and the plays that are instilled in the game. So if you're really heady with or have an IQ of that particular sport, you could have a greater appreciation and an understanding and see the art in that sport. And then it's not just limited to sports. I mean, you could also pinpoint it to culinary arts, to food, even when you see a really like beautiful dish that's in front of you. A lot of times the chef really focuses on the presentation of the dish and how it looks. Not only does it need to taste good, but initially they want it to look good as well. Probably they want the food to look just as good as it tastes. And so I might be forgetting other types of art too, but those are just the many types of arts that we see around the world. And whether it's art, drawing, or music, sports, or culinary arts, whatever it may be, uh, we're affected by it one way or another. And so, for me personally, I think the arts that I really gravitate towards is like music. Although I'm not musically talented, I have played music in the past. I have played the alto saxophone for 3 years when I was a younger kid in junior high. But I've always listened to music, and I've always listened to a variety of music that I just really enjoyed, whether that's hip hop or alternative rock or classical music, jazz music, all sorts of music. I've grown to appreciate many types of genres. And so, through music and also specifically sports and specific sports that I've really gotten into, are basketball. And basketball, as you already know, if you've been watching my previous content, has always been a big part of my life. So when I look at basketball, I definitely do see the art aspect of it. When someone makes a spectacular pass to their teammates in a very flashy way, in a very unorthodox way, or combining dribble moves to get past their defender to create an open shot, or making these amazing dunks uh, with so much creativity and so much moves and hang time in the air to create such a difficult, emphatic uh, 2 points by dunking the basketball. I mean, to me, that I see as art. Or I've also got into martial arts, and particularly with MMA and boxing, Muay Thai, and Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. There's aspects of these martial arts where you see a certain move, you see a submission, or you see a knockout or a striking combination with your hands, or a combination of strikes with your hands to your knees to your kicks. All that really displays an art form to me that not only myself but some people that are fans of the sport can admire the artwork behind all the techniques that come with it. And so, with that being said, when I look at these arts and I do see people at the highest level displaying these types of arts, you can't help but admire and appreciate what type of artwork that they displayed. Like their portrait, their painting, as we were to compare it to like drawing and painting and illustrations, they put out their canvas all out there, whether it's on the basketball court or whether it's through music or through literally a canvas, or if it's on a boxing ring or a martial arts ring, whatever the case may be. You just appreciate someone that's so skilled and talented that has devoted so much to their craft that you really just get inspired by the art, and you have an appreciation for the craft itself and also for the person that created the craft, the crafter, as you can say. And so I just come to appreciate that there's people out there that commit so much to their craft and to their art that you just all across the board you just appreciate what they've done and the type of work that they put into, the amount of time and the dedication that they put into it. And you just see the beauty of all their artwork, of all the work that they put into their craft. And so I just think it's just great to be able to witness that and to honor and admire those who are so talented in their gifts with whatever art that they're invested in. And really, that art can possibly inspire the younger generation or can inspire people to continue to create their own art or inspire them to work hard in their own craft. So when you see like these artworks on display, not only do you just appreciate and admire the craft or the finished work, but that finished work, once you see the beauty in it, once you see the whole picture and you gain admiration for it, you can't help but be inspired and use that inspiration to motivate you to maybe pursue your own art or have a passion to do whatever it is you want to pursue and whatever artwork that may be. And so I think it's just important just to appreciate all the artwork that's out there and just the finished product that people have created in the midst of time. And I think it's important to draw inspiration from it because you kind of need that motivation to keep going in life. And I feel like that appreciation for art can just inspire you and motivate you to just keep going and keep pursuing and keep working hard and whatever it is that you yourself need to do. And whether it's pursuing that craft itself, that artwork that you enjoy into a profession, um, or whether it's just inspiring you to live your live that one day out the best you can, or just motivating you to get you through work for one day's work. I mean, whatever it may be, like you just it's I think it just only does good just to appreciate the art that is out there, um, and just to admire it. And I think so much positive things can come from it, as I mentioned. And yeah, I'm grateful to be able to see so many great artists and so many great in different platforms. And I always just try, personally for me, draw inspiration from it, um, for it to just motivate me to pursue, the goals that I have in my own life, or pursue certain arts that I want to invest in. And so, I would just encourage you to do the same and just appreciate all the artwork that is out there and draw some inspiration from it.